which is an equally pressing one. A political firestorm is raging across Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh also after a series of deaths of these BLOs, block level officers, including allegations that these were suicide. In Bhind, in Madhya Pradesh, a BLO suffered a heart attack en route to SIR duty. His family is now alleging there was undue pressure. Another BLO in Betul was rushed to the AIIMS hospital in Bhopal, again in serious condition. But the fight is most fierce in West Bengal, where the TMC continues to target poll panel over the recent BLO deaths. The BJP has hit back, alleging that in Bengal, doctors are being forced to declare natural deaths as suicides. Let's listen to some quick political reactions, and then we'll go across to our guests.
गुजरात में जो BLO मर गया उसके लिए कौन जिम्मेदारी है? राजस्थान में जो मर गया तो बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट है। मध्य प्रदेश में जो मर गया, क्या जरूरत था इतना जल्दी इसको ऐसा करना? सबको अधिकार छीन लेता है और बीजेपी को बोलता है जेल में डाल देगा। BLO को बोलता है जेल में डाल देंगे, आपको नकड़ी खा लेंगे। आपका नकड़ी कितना दिन रहेगा? पहले आप बचाओ। लोकतंत्र रहेगा लेकिन आप लोग नहीं रहेगा।
उसको जो करना है उसको करने दीजिए। वो पश्चिम बंगाल बीजेपी को मिटाकर तो दिखा दे पहले, उसका बाद तो पूरा हिंदुस्तान को बीजेपी को चुनौती देंगे। अरे ऐसा यार बंद कर दीजिए पश्चिम बंगाल में, ईडी सीबीआई के दरवाजे पे ताला लगा दीजिए, तब भी ममता बनर्जी पश्चिम बंगाल की सत्ता से इस बार जा रही है।
All right, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, Tausif Rahman, spokesperson of the TMC, joining us. So, Charu, the allegation by Mamta Banerjee is that there are 3 BLOs in West Bengal who've died by suicide. There are 2 instances that have come to light in Madhya Pradesh, one in Rajasthan, one in Kerala, one in Gujarat. The allegation by the opposition is all of these people are committing suicide because of excess pressure that's being brought on them.
So the way Mamta Banerjee has literally been threatening public order, she has openly been threatening public order, is not befitting any chief minister in the state. In fact, she is downright calling for anarchy. She says that if you try and do anything constitutionally or legally in my state, there will be anarchy. And she's proud of these kind of statements. As for what is happening in West Bengal, I don't need to remind our viewers that that is the state which has seen maximum political massacres, deaths, rapes, all kinds of gory violence, and this chief minister has never said anything that's made any kind of sense. So I'm sorry, what's happening in West Bengal needs to be looked at with a red lens, because here is the chief minister perfectly happy with blood, with bloodied politics.
Tausif, you know, the SIR exercise is a constitutionally mandated exercise. The Supreme Court, while hearing the Bihar matter, said even the court cannot stop the EC from conducting the SIR. And a couple of days back, Mamta Banerjee says, if they touch Bengal, then I will shake up the whole country. Isn't that an incitement?
Good evening. See, people can come on national television on your show and can start the blame game. That's absolutely fine, because we follow the constitution. We don't just give some goons coming here and talking so much with reference or something whatsoever. The problem is that we are not opposing any process. However, if any legitimate vote name is removed, we will take constitutional fight against SIR and the zamindars of BJP all the way to Delhi. I mean, you tell me something. Absolutely, the CM of West Bengal is absolutely right. This is not the way to fight and win election. If you want to kill the democracy and win election, that's totally different. But the election commission will regret one day. The last voter rectification started in 2001 and ended in 2004. It took 3 years to complete, Zaka. People are dying and they're scared seeing what happened in Bihar, and yet you are calling it constitutional. The exercise which takes years to complete, the EC wants to complete in 2 months. Bihar was a failure, but BJP...
No, how was it a failure? 65 lakh names got deleted in Bihar, 7.42 crore voters, of which 68% voted. An overwhelming number voted. It was the highest voter turnout in more than 20 years.
The only problem is that whenever we speak about Bihar, not you, but the BJP will stand and jump and say that the Supreme Court kyun nahi gaya? They don't have money to eat. Kahan se jayenge ye log Supreme Court? Bengal doesn't even share border with Myanmar, Zaka. I mean, you just see the selective and divisive politics. There are some more than 6 states who share border with Bangladesh, but no SIR there. 36 people dead in Bengal, but the BJP leaders are saying if they don't like the job, agar aapko pasand nahi hai, to aap mar jaiye. But aapko ye karna padega. And absolutely,
no, but tell me, Mr. Rahman, we had information earlier this week. My colleague in Kolkata broke this information from the ECI that in Bengal, preliminarily, 10 lakh voters' names have been deleted, of which 6.5 lakh people were those who were deceased. A large majority, 65%, was those who had died. Should that not happen? Why should dead people have a vote? Somebody else is voting in their name.
Bata, we are not stopping that. We are not concerned about Bangladeshi and Rohingyas. Let me tell you, if someone is dead, of course the voters can be deleted, name can be deleted. But you tell me a strategy. How come the BJP people know exactly numbers? कितने लोगों का नाम कब जाएगा? Around 1 crore 10 lakh, 1 crore 20 lakh, 1 crore 30 lakh.
No.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. Can I come in, please?
Hand in hand with elections.
Tausif.
One valid question which a lot of opposition parties are asking is, why do you have to do this whole exercise in 1 month? I mean, UP is voting in 2027. Why should the enumeration happen now? Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan are voting in the end of 2028. Why should the enumeration happen now, and that too within 1 month?
So, Zaka, I request you to give me sufficient time to answer this. One, a similar exercise was carried out in Bengal. The opposition had a whole month to complain legitimately, officially. None of them filed any complaint. So, it's very easy to cry in front of the media and from behind the safety of a podium. But when it comes to actually filing a complaint, they filed none. Let's not forget that. Also, I'll tell you, this so-called staged BLO walk, the BLO march that TMC was talking about, when checked, every single person in this walk was a TMC Karyakarta, every single person. It was a stage drama, it was not BLOs. Another very important thing, why they do not want SIR. Murshidabad, TMC workers have even fired petrol bombs on BSF workers. That is how much support they want to give Bangladeshis. I'll give you also statements and names of TMC MLAs and leaders. Khokan Das openly says, if you come from Bangladesh and you are a supporter of our party, we'll help you get a fake ID.
Charu, tell me
no,
this.
But Zaka, tell me the justification of this. There are, Ratna Biswas, Zakir Da, openly advocating infiltration across the border.
Draw Tausif's attention to, a report, again, my colleague filed from Hakimpur on the border with Bangladesh, where many people there were now fleeing. After this SIR exercise started saying we are from Bangladesh, they're fleeing back to Bangladesh. Now, anyway, but what I want to come back to this BLO issue. Now, this is what an average BLO has to do on an average day. On average, every booth has 1,000 voters. There are 300 households, which roughly constitute about 1,000 voters, if you say 3 members per family. They've got a 30-day timeline from November 4th till December 4th. By December 4th, they have to conclude the entire enumeration of these forms. 2 times. The BLO has to visit every single home 2 times. One to give the form, the other to collect the form. And then the form has to be uploaded online. So, which basically means every BLO has to visit at least 20 households every single day for 1 month if they have to upload everybody in that booth. Now, why, again, I'm coming back to that point. Why do you want to squeeze this whole exercise in 1 month? What is the pressing hurry? Even in Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, the elections are not before April, May. Charu.
So, Zaka, see, the SIR exercise is not happening in West Bengal alone. It has happened in 2002, 2003. It was carried out extensively across the country. And at that point of time, they were in power. They came back. They came to power after the SIR exercise. Another thing is they keep talking about 65 lakh names. All these names have been published for the public to see in the Supreme Court also. It's there on the Election Commission website. Why are you not reading that? Why are you spreading this false narrative? And out of these 65 so-called disenfranchised people, I have not even seen 65, Zaka, 65. But this is the Congress story. TMC story is far worse and far bloodier. Like I said, they support illegal infiltration. They support bloody politics. They are actually shooting and firing on cops and BSF.
Other than Hakim, I mentioned Hakimpur. But can I also remind? No, I can also remind the TMC spokesperson of what happened in Sandesh Khali. Again, our reporter went to the ground. Numerous instances, even local people there who are supporters of TMC are saying that there are people from Bangladesh who've come here, living here for the last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They even have Aadhaar card, voter ID card, all kinds of cards. And now they're all fleeing back to Bangladesh.
They have a rate list to their ID cards, the fake ID cards they give out.
Tausif.
No, Zaka, I totally respect whatever you're saying. And if there is a Bangladeshi or a Myanmar, they have to go back. We are not Amit Shah. We are not incompetent that we cannot stop the border and BSF. But there's a problem that there's a fake video circulating. Infiltrators are crossing borders and going back to Bangladesh. Nani ke ghar aaye the sir. I mean, this whole process seems like a sham.
No, but Tausif, once again, Aadhaar cards, ration cards, voter ID cards are not given by the BSF, no? Agreed, the BSF may not be, doing a great job trying to stop them, but once they come and if they've been living in Bengal for the last 15, 20 years, who gives them all these cards?
Exactly. So who gave them all these cards? Aadhaar card kiske under? Election Commission ke under? Who gives them voter ID? Election Commission. Who is responsible for border? Amit Shah. So why don't you say that haan se galti hui hai, we are incompetent, we cannot control the border as we couldn't control Pahalgam, Pulwama and other terror attacks.
So if there is now an exercise to weed out these people, why are you opposed to it? If there is now an exercise to weed out these people, why are you opposed to it?
Sir, I am not opposing SIR. I am opposing the intention and the kind of behavior Election Commission is playing with Bhajpa. It is as simple as that.
Okay.
The government came up with Aadhaar card. Aapka adhikar, right? Still the government failed brutally to come up with a number and find out the infiltrators. And what are you going to do with the infiltrators? And you tell me how many infiltrators have you calculated till date?
Okay, we got to leave it at that. Thank you very much, Tausif Rahman, Charu Pragya for joining us. We'll see how this plays out.